Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. It's me, Mommy Sai, and I am back. I wanted to thank everyone for being so patient while waiting on this Bumpdate upload. I know it's been a couple of weeks. I did mention in the previous video I was going to start uploading the videos bi-weekly, but I had let an additional week go by because we celebrated my wife's birthday this weekend and I was pretty busy. So without further ado, I wanted to get into this 12 to 14 week Bumpdate. Today, I am currently 15 weeks and 2 days pregnant, and I wanted to start off with talking about Munchkin's size and development. So Munchkin's immune system is starting to develop and allow him or her to stand on its own 2 feet, developmentally that is. By week 14, Munchkin can actually squint his or her eyes, frown, and even suck his or her thumb. The liver, the spleen, and the kidney continue to develop and function better and better every day. And Munchkin is approximately 3¼ inches long, currently measuring the size of a peach. So that's really exciting considering the last size comparison was at a Brussels sprout, I believe. So moving on to as far as how I feel, symptoms, and things like that. Weeks 12 and 13, I experienced quite a few headaches, which they were bearable, but they were kind of annoying. So I was a little bit concerned because I know that you can take acetaminophen or Tylenol, but I kind of have a conscience, I don't want to take any sort of medication. So I spoke to my OB about it. I told him I was having headaches. His first question was, how are you sleeping? And I told him I sleep well, much better than what I have been in the earlier weeks. I'm not getting up to go to the restroom as often, but I still do. So he said a lot of the headaches can attribute from the less sleep or just not sleeping well throughout the night. He did advise that I can take Tylenol, which after day 3 of the headaches, the continuous headaches, I just took one. They were the 500 milligram packs, so I just took one of the 2. And I didn't like how I felt afterwards. It could have all been in my head, but it did help the headache subside just a little bit. So during week 12, I was also able to get the first part of our nuchal translucency scan done. I did speak about this in, I believe, the 10 or 11 week bump date, and that's when they do the scan of the full anatomy of the baby. They check the fluid behind the neck and the head and a whole bunch of other things. This was about a half-hour sonogram, which was sequential screening 1, part 1. I do have to go back for part 2 to complete the testing for Down syndrome to make sure that our child doesn't have Down syndrome. At that visit, I was unable to have my camera, have a cell phone, film anything, and I was a little disappointed because we like to bring you guys along to see what's going on. However, I did get a chance to get some photos of Munchkin, and our baby has grown so big. This picture was taken at 12 weeks and 5 days pregnant for the part 1 sequential screening of the nuchal translucency scan. I will be going back when I am 20 weeks pregnant to do the second part, and that's going to be about a 45-minute it's not transvaginal, it's actually abdominal sonogram. So, they put the jelly on your stomach, and our baby was being a little stubborn at the first one. So I had to cough a couple times to get him to turn, or him or her, to turn over on her back, his or her back. I don't know. I always say him, her. We don't know what it is yet. We're not going to find out until I'm 20 weeks pregnant. And even then, we're having a gender reveal party, and it's going to be a destination gender reveal in Florida. So we're going to send the answer, whether it's a boy or a girl, in an envelope to my sister-in-law, who's going to keep it a secret until we have our gender reveal the following week after we find out the gender. So we're not going to know, and I'm just hoping to God that the hospital doesn't make a mistake, or the sonographer doesn't just say you're having a boy or you're having a girl, because that would totally ruin all of our plans. And so it's really important that they just don't tell me. Also, week 14, I was able to have our genetic counseling consult, which was very, very informative. I'm so happy that we were able to do that. We actually had a video consult with the genetics counselor. It took about an hour, and if you guys are going to be interested in getting that done and it's not done at a facility, just make sure you have all of your information. It's good to have some hereditary history as far as on your paternal and your maternal side, because they like to, of course, see what causes, whether there's cancer in your family or heart disease or anything like that, that can affect you and or your baby or your child's future kids. So I had a really good amount of information to give to her. Luckily, because we used donor sperm, we also had the genetic screening done on the sperm vial, so we were able to match all my 250 genetic screenings, which all came back nothing, negative, to the donors. And a lot of times, depending on their ancestry and their background, you may not necessarily be a carrier of a genetic disease, but you may have like a character in your DNA makeup. So you just want to make sure that the donor and or your spouse doesn't have that same component, because that then can cause for your child to have whatever genetic disorder that is. So that was super exciting. Again, at the genetic screening consult, she also asked if we were interested in having a blood test to tell us the gender of our child. So I thought to myself, well, what if they're not able to see during our anatomy scan on September the 13th coming up the actual genitals? So I said, sure, I'll go in for the blood draw. However, how will you guys not tell me? She was like, well, we email the results. They'll be in your file. So that's kind of going to be difficult to not open the email. So, I mean, I guess it's good for a back burner, worst case scenario. I also always think of plan Bs. So if they were to ruin the information and tell us what we're having, then we would have to just literally reverse our gender reveal, and we would know, but it would have to be a surprise to our family. So I'm hoping that that doesn't happen. After I did the first sequential screening, which was at 12 weeks, 5 days, I had a follow-up appointment with my regular OB, and I was actually able to get a little bit of footage, because I thought we were just going to go in and discuss some things, but he pulled out this little heart Doppler thing, and he was able to test the heartbeat of our baby. So I'm going to go ahead and insert a clip of that right now, and I'll come right back to finish up this video.
Hi everyone, so I am back. I am here to see my OB today, and he is going to use this machine to check my baby's heartbeat. As you guys know, in the previous clip, I explained how I went to the high-risk OB to have my sonogram. So I'm just waiting on the doctor to come in. Super excited. I had no idea I was going to hear the baby's heartbeat again today. I am currently 14 weeks pregnant. So yeah. I hope I'm able to film, because I couldn't film with the high-risk OB, so I'm hoping he allows me to use my camera today. So stay tuned. Moving all around? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh boy, that's a moving baby. How soon will I feel it? Strong heartbeat. Oh my gosh.
That's excellent.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, so as you can see, baby's heartbeat was beating so lovely, and I believe that appointment was about around 13 weeks. It was exactly 13 weeks, actually. The heartbeat rate was about 159 beats per minute, which is perfect. And so it's really exciting that my OB is hands-on. He allowed me to use my cell phone just to film that little snippet. So that was really, really exciting. So week 14 was a breeze. No symptoms outside of slight ligament pain. I was reading a lot, and I kind of thought I was having round ligament pains already. but my doctor did tell me that it's a little too soon to experience that. It's probably just my abdomen, like just stretching, because I was feeling like felt like little zaps. I'm like, what the heck is that? And when I Googled it, round ligament pain came up. So again, I think that's a little bit too soon for that. When I do get to my 20-week second sequential screening, they're going to do the full anatomy scan that's going to look at the fingers, the toes, and all of that good stuff. So I'm super, super excited. I feel really good. For week 15, even though I'm 15 weeks and 2 days today, I usually talk about this in the next video. However, I'm just super excited to let you guys know that last night, my wife and I were watching a movie, and I felt like what felt like bubbles, like literal bubbles, or almost like basically our baby kicked. And the baby kicked 3 times, probably about 20 minutes apart. And I was like, oh my gosh, I like cried. I was so happy. But what it felt like was the baby possibly stretching or even kicking. But because they're in the pregnancy sac, it felt like like it was a balloon bouncing off my belly. So it wasn't like a direct kick from the baby to me. It felt like a little bubble, like bloop. And it was like, it didn't feel much like a flutter like everyone says that it would feel like, but it felt like a little bubble. So I was waiting all night to feel it again. It always catches me off guard. So that's super exciting because my doctor did tell me I shouldn't expect to feel baby until anywhere from 16 to 20 weeks, and 15 weeks, 2 days. Today, that last night was 15 weeks, 1 day, so that's super, super exciting. Yeah, so I sit around waiting and holding my belly and hoping that I could feel that again. Okay, so as far as items purchased, I did go ahead and switch up my prenatal vitamin. I was taking Prenatal 1, which is a vegetarian vitamin, which is like a horse pill. And I can say I haven't had issues necessarily swallowing them. That wasn't the issue. The reason why I changed it is because with the indigestion, I'm constantly like belching, and it kind of tastes like medicine, and that was like disgusting. So I didn't want that to keep happening. So I went ahead and switched up to these, and they're called VitaFusion prenatal vitamins. And if you like Sour Patch, they kind of taste just like Sour Patch candy. So they come in like raspberry or lemon flavor. It says it's for mom and for baby's healthy needs. It has all the quintessential things that you would need on a regular prenatal. They're just a chewable, and they don't give you any sort of like acid reflux or like anything like that. So I'm really, really enjoying these, except I kind of wish I could eat more than one a day. It's like, again, they taste like candy, so I really, really like them. They have the folic acid included. Even though I'm taking a separate supplement of folic acid, it's good to know that everything is inside of this one pill. So yeah, that's about it. I'm going to go ahead and get into the belly shot and the size comparison. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them below in the description box. And I also just wanted to thank all of the new subscribers. I see you all out there. Thank you so much. And all of our old family, thank you so much for coming back to our channel. And we will see you in a couple weeks. I should be at the time that I film it, I'll probably be 18 weeks, but I'll be doing weeks 16 through 18, 15 through 17 actually. So yeah, stay tuned and we'll see you the next time, guys. Bye.
And now for the 14-week bump.
So there you have it. Munchkin is now the size of a peach, and his or her organs are continuing to develop and function better and better each day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next bump date.